Hey, what's good everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about the Disney Plus Wave Captain America. Let's get it popping, y'all. So, this has been a fun figure. It's very enjoyable. Much like US Agent, there's still some stuff that I want to change on it, but overall it is nice for what you get. I will also be talking about the Build-A-Figure wings during this video as well. They are something that come when you buy all the figures in the wave, which was a must-have for me. So I'll talk about those as well. But let's talk about Sam first. Your main man, Captain America, is nice. I think my biggest gripe is that amongst the ones that I got, I have a few misprint issues. Well, sorry, not misprint. I have a few Paint App QC issues, which they are significant because they bother me with the face looking completely off or being printed off to the side on one of them. And the other one being is that you can't be messing up a brother's hairline. That's something that's unacceptable to me. But right now I chose the one with the best issues. But full disclaimer, I caused that paint chip by folding my arm all the way in and rotating it in so that way it got caught. So that one is on me. But the face tech stuff, not so much. But yeah, let's talk about our main man. As far as the look goes, I think that the costume was nailed pretty well. My preference towards the silver versus a dark gray is a little weird. I would have liked all red boots, but I feel like they needed something to break up the color for him, which is acceptable for an MCU costume, but it was just something that I would have liked to see a lot better. The solid red would have definitely helped blend this a lot better, especially with someone with brown skin. Using too much white makes their skin just feel off. For people of color, you want to use more yellows and purples against them in light, but as far as costume wise, using too much white, unless it's all white, just it doesn't translate well for a toy. At least, again, in my opinion. But as far as our articulation goes, with him and our look, we can look up, which is going to be very important for flight, right? You want to be able to look up. He can't look fully up though, but that's something I don't know if it's just mine or somebody else's, otherwise somebody else. Sorry. We can slightly tilt over to the side, and like I said, these new ball joints are getting better. As you can see, they have more range of movement. They don't move as stiff as the ones that I had for my Marvel Legends cable. And I'm always down for improvement, so I'm not going to knock someone for trying, right? Our arms do hit... Oh, no. They do not hit a T-pose. See, and this is my problem. When I first got this, I was excited and half asleep. So I wasn't sure if it was me tripping or not. But this is something that I do find bothersome. It shouldn't be that he cannot tuck in his arms to hit a T-pose to get his arm up. And that is because of the way the armor is ridged right here. Again, because this is white, you are going to cause paint scuffage as I try to get that arm tucked up and in. Like, even if I heat this up, it's going to be stuck up there once it cools down. I wish that there was something better to alternate for that, or by shaving it down without hurting it. But that's going to cause some paint damage up there, and I just want that to not be an issue. As you can see, it caused it right here, because right here we have our bicep swivel. We are double jointed. My joints are very, very tough, but we are double jointed. We have a horizontal hand peg, and over here we have another open palm for a horizontal hand peg. It may seem vertical to you because I've turned the arm up. Our ab crunch is really deep, far forward, and as they use that cut, this wide range cut joint here, so that way when you do certain flight poses, you'll see it here. It is not pointed all the way, painted all the way up and through. I don't know what's wrong with my words today. But overall, I like how this cap came out. You can actually twist side to side as well too. But I think the issue is with liking this is because, yes, this is great to see, but I just wish that there were no issues with our arms. Because it's very important as a Captain America, you want to be able to lift your arms up, especially when throwing the shield. So that's going to be a big issue for me. I'm going to have to stick to flight poses. And I'm guessing that's kind of what they wanted for us, to stick to flight poses. Because we can lift our legs all the way up. We can hit that 90-degree angle. We have a nice deep double joint to look good for flight poses. We have a thigh swivel too. No boot swivel though. And we do have our generous ankle pivot that Hasbro loves to give us. Right? So again, we look good as we do flight poses without our backpack here. Looking real solid. But again, I want to be able to look good with our arms up. So rotating it this way will cause you no issues, which is good. So that means you can still do stuff like this while throwing it, running, supersonic flight poses, things like that. This is actually really solid. It's just a bummer for this other one. But yeah, we can work something out. I think the biggest bummer about this, while I can't say I excuse the shoulder pad issues, the biggest bummer is not giving him closed fists. Leaving him with just open hands. It's like I said, you may have wanted him to only do flight poses. I would have loved the closed fist for Sam. And because we chose the fingerless gloves, I have no alternative to kind of swap it with, which is a little bit of a bummer. So I'm gonna have to learn how to paint, or commission someone to paint some closed fist hands for me, because that's definitely got to happen. It's got to look good on this guy. Now, as far as our accessories go, you will get your normal backpack. You can just plug right in the back so Sam doesn't feel empty and cold. And then you will get Captain America's shield. Now, they chose a different shield color for this. This is like a mustard red and a slowed down silver. I don't know what the choice was behind this, but I do like these lighter straps that they chose. Like a new successor gets a new strap. I kind of like this choice right here. But I'm a little confused by the different color, because as you can see here, with an older Cap shield, this one looks more like we see in all our opening credits for things. It also seems a little bit smaller, but it's not. It's about the same size. It just feels smaller and different. So let's see what it looks like when you try to put our hand through on the right hand side, which I'm assuming is going to be meant for the right hand, as that's the closest thing to holding the shield here. Yeah, and it looks good. And it works with this color scheme. But I would have preferred this other one. So let's see how the other one looks though. Right? Let's try this one. I think this one works a little bit better in terms of looks. But again, I don't buy enough MCU shields. So if somebody didn't point this out, I probably would not have noticed or looked through my stuff to notice it. This one does look a little better. Right? Either way, Sam gets the shield and I'm happy. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to go grab my wing set, and we're going to go take this session to talk about our wings for a second and the wing gear that we get after building our figure. So let's take a second to work on that. Also, I'm going to load this out because I've been sitting there holding it up the whole time. That's what I get for working on other stuff. So see you guys in a second. Now we're going to talk about our wings and our build set with Red Wing. Now these wings look absolutely dope and they function pretty well because they can fold. The only thing I don't like really is the stand. I feel like this doesn't gain enough height. But the thing is, you had to use this to pack inside of a Marvel Legends box. So I feel like they did do a good job of figuring out how to package it well. I just wish it was longer to fit in well. Now, we're going to take off Sam's backpack. I'm going to stand him up straight so we can see how he looks on the backpack and if he holds up well with the stand. I want to definitely see that because I don't think I've ever tried it. So technically, it's actually meant to technically hold him in place, right? Because he can actually stand while having it with Red Wing. Now, if I were to make him bend his legs, let's see if he will hold up. Yeah. Yes, he can. So it does hold his weight, which is pretty good. I'm not going to argue with that. Like I said, I just wish that it was taller, but it's not. So it is what it is. Now, I'm going to unplug this stand right out of his back socket. And we're just going to talk about our wings. So Red Wing here plugs into our top left part of our wing set. Sorry guys, lost y'all for a second minute of focusing. So yeah, Red Wing plugs into our top left, right? You can see there. We can actually take that right out with no issues. And our wings, they can fold down technically, right? That little bit of wing space that folds down, that's not much. But the real good part about the wings is that folding in like this is really cool. I think that this is one of the coolest things. And then you get another fold to protect yourself. When you put your shield up, you can protect yourself or fly in a certain way. Or even if you want to rotate backwards, right? There is a lot of cool poses you can get out of this that I really, really think that it just will be criminally underrated in many ways. So yeah, the wings were a good idea to make those bendable. I do like that. So Now we're going to jump into our size comparisons. So you see how Sam sizes up with some other MCU stuff, as well as comic book stuff and other things. So let's get to it. All right, size comparison time. This is where the fun happens. Now I have a bunch of MCU stuff. I have a bunch of non-MCU stuff. So let's get down to comparing. First thing I want to do is I want to compare it to his comic book counterpart. And this is where I was like, the red breaks it up a lot better in my opinion. It just looks really better. Although I do like the goggles on the MCU version. I really love how the red gloves and red boots really make it come together. I do really enjoy that. And this is why if you do the white, I just thought the silver was a little bit much. But yeah, either way, it worked out. It does look like a very close to suit, which I'm very happy with. So let's take you away. Let's talk about how we can do US Agent, who is a tad bit taller than Sam. We can do your main man Zemo. We should call him Dancing Zemo now, right? And we have your main man Bucky. Now Bucky, I don't know, something about his legs really bother me. That make him look like he's poking out, and I just don't like that. Otherwise, I really like how Bucky came out. And if we compare these all guys size-wise, they all look really good. I think that US Agent is the tallest, followed by Bucky, then Sam, and then Zemo. So yeah, now we're going to compare it to some other stuff so we can see what's popping. Let's do, and this is where we start mixing it up. Here's the SHF Final Battle Cap. So you can see how he looks. Now you can see he is smaller, being as he's an import. But the MCU stuff from Marvel, at least with SHF, has been getting bigger lately. Just don't have anything out right now that I can think of. But yeah. Here is Mafek's Spider-Man. And this one is important because if you know Anthony Mackie and Tom Holland's funny online fake beef, these two teaming up is going to be hilarious in my opinion. And I like the fact that he is indeed smaller. Let's move you back so we can actually get a few more things in there. Here is Wanda from the Marvel Legends MCU wave. See if she can stand this time. Yep, she looks good. Here is Hulk. This one is a Build-A-Figure. Then we have the SHF War Machine, the Mark 6. I think these two teaming up actually will look really cool as well. I like the size on them. We even have MCU Doctor Strange. I expect a new wave to be coming soon. Like not crazy soon, but soon. And as you can see, SHF Doctor Strange is extremely small compared to everyone else. I don't know why that is either. This was their chance to actually make him bigger and they didn't. It's weird that they did that. Take all these guys away. Here is a Major Blood from G.I. Joe. We have a Lightning Collection Green Ranger. Oop. Make sure you don't fall. There we go. Right? Oh, how did I forget this guy? We have Nick Fury. This is the MCU. Nick Fury. He's much on the smaller side. We have an articulated Icons Ninja. Ninjas are very important for team-ups. Because if you have a really good ninja enemy, it works out. So yeah, size-wise, these all look really good. Cap looks tall, but Green Ranger is a little bit bigger than him. And Nick Fury actually doesn't look terribly small. So that's actually a plus. Next up, let's do a Mythic Legions. Here we have a Barbarian. Then we have SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Kuga, who I keep playing with off screen, so that's my fault that he's always like in a new pose. And Kuga's always going to be smaller than, so there's no harm in that. But it is what it is, right? Then, just for bigger sake, for bigger figures, slightly bigger ones, here is Crossbone, which make an excellent. Sorry about that. He'll make an excellent opponent if you want to use a comic book Crossbone. And then a Storm Collectible Scorpion to square it off with. So yeah, lots of good choices to choose from and have some fun with. Only thing I don't have out right now is like Predator, because I like crossing that stuff over, having fun. But yeah, outside of not having a closed fist and those issues with lifting the arms up, otherwise this is a solid figure, which the Build-A-Figure gear really put it over the top and make it extra nice. Having fun posing that up, really having a good time. Some people are going to have some issues with their shields, but at this point, if you've bought that many shields and that many Captain Americas, swapping them out shouldn't be too much of an issue. So hopefully that'll help you out. But yeah, to my boys at Hasbro, if you're listening to this, let me get some closed fists. Pack them in with somebody else. I don't care. Just let me get those. I would really love that. But in the meantime, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found this informative. And as always, please be good, do good. Drink your water, guys. Later. Real quick, because like a whole dummy, I forgot. I forgot to put some Mezcos in there. So, real quick, here's Mezco me thrown in at the end of both my Captain America and US Agent videos. So you can see that these guys actually are a tad bit taller than your average Mezco, or around the same height. Sam being around the same height, and US Agent being a tad taller because his big old helmet head. So yeah, please enjoy this ending bonus credit. Thank you, guys. Bye.